In the heart of Springfield, where the dreams of youth are supposed to be nurtured, I found myself ensnared in the web of American International College. Oh, how the promise of education shimmered like a mirage, only to dissolve into a tapestry of disillusionment. It began with a man, John Scott, a gatekeeper of administrative computing, whose rudeness was not merely a personality flaw but a fortress of contempt. His words, sharp as icicles, hung in the air, piercing my hopes with the realization that perhaps this was not a place that cherished its patrons. It was my first sign, a harbinger of the tempest to come, and I should have heeded it. But alas, curiosity is a tenacious mistress, and so I ventured forth into the belly of the beast. The campus, rather than being a sanctuary of knowledge, was a labyrinth of harassment. The counselors, assigned not to guide but to chain, called incessantly, their voices a relentless barrage, until I, in a desperate act of self-preservation, blocked their numbers. The bullying was systematic, a dreadful symphony conducted by those who should have nurtured growth, but instead thrived on dominance. The dining hall, a place where sustenance should fuel the mind, was a mockery of nourishment. The food, a grotesque ensemble of tastes and textures, was a culinary affront. Imagine, if you will, a casserole of indiscriminate origins, its surface a bland canvas, its flavor a cacophony of confusion, the texture a soggy rebellion against the senses. It was a gastronomic tragedy that left one's spirit as withered as the lettuce they dared to serve. And oh, the tennis girls, with their scowls and their sneers, their attitudes a fortress of elitism that no ball could penetrate. Their behavior, a throwback to an era where privilege was a shield against decency, was a stark reminder that not all can be champions of grace. The nights at American International College were anything but peaceful. Fights erupted with the regularity of a metronome, each punch and shout a stanza in the ballad of chaos. The campus police, more phantoms than protectors, turned a blind eye to the anarchy, their inaction a silent endorsement of the pandemonium. The dorms, supposed havens of rest, were a theater of the absurd. Noises, profanities, and the clamor of ignorance reverberated through the walls until the early hours. It was a cacophony that mocked the very idea of sleep, ensuring that dreams were as elusive as true leadership within those hallowed halls. The financial aid office, a realm of broken promises, played a cruel game of bait and switch, leaving students drowning in a sea of debt. The degrees they offered felt as weightless as a feather, their value questioned by employers who seemed to sneer at the mention of American International College. It was a place where small class sizes were the lone silver lining in a sky otherwise overcast with mediocrity. Yet, even this was a hollow victory, for what good are intimate lectures when the infrastructure crumbles around you? As I walked the campus grounds, I felt the weight of unfulfilled potential pressing down upon me. It was a sadness that seeped into the bones, a chronic melancholy that whispered of opportunities lost and the cruel jest of false hope. The nostalgia for what could have been was a bitter draught, indeed. In the end, my departure was as inevitable as the changing of seasons. American International College, Springfield, you were a chapter in my life that I wish I could tear out and burn. But as the embers fade, I am left with the cold comfort that my experience, however harrowing, serves as a cautionary tale. So, dear listener, if you find yourself contemplating the path that leads to those troubled halls, heed my words. Turn back. Spare yourself the heartache, the frustration, the relentless feeling of being trapped in a Kafkaesque nightmare. There are other colleges, other dreams, other paths to forge. And so my journey ends not with a triumphant fanfare,
Ray, but with a somber reflection. I have laid bare the trials I faced at American International College.
The businesses that ring American International College in Springfield feel like they were all built on the same Monday morning after the same 3-hour sleep. They are the kind of places that charge you for breathing, forget to tell you the price, then double it while you are still checking your pulse. They smile just long enough to swipe your card, then the smile snaps shut like a cheap suitcase. In short, if you leave campus hungry, thirsty, or hoping for dignity, prepare to pay a sadness tax. Start with Tower Square, the downtown glass box that calls itself a mixed-use destination. Mixed is right 1 part bank, 1 part law office, 1 part ghost. The sky bridge to the hotel is locked so that heat does not escape, but your hope will. A couple once held their wedding reception inside the cake never appeared. No announcement, no apology, just 2 newlyweds slicing air for the photographer. Later, the bride's parents. Toilet erupted like Old Faithful, and the honeymoon suite smelled like someone had smoked a chemistry set. Parking. A sign lists 1 price, the gate arm charges another, and by the time you realize it, your wallet is already in the trunk praying for daylight. Dunkin' will sell you coffee but confiscate the table. Security guards materialize if you linger longer than it takes to say Boston cream. And the food court keeps vampire hours. Open 1 hour, closed 3 days, definitely closed when you are starving on a Sunday. The whole atrium feels curated by someone who hates people but loves rent. Walk a block south, and Nadim's downtown Mediterranean grill is waiting to sand the flavor off your childhood memories. The menu promises saffron sunsets, the plate delivers hospital beige protein. One guest sent back a steak that arrived cremated, only to receive the same steak in its previous life. Still mooing, still cold, now with bonus bacteria. By sunrise, that guest was reenacting The Exorcist over a toilet bowl. Another diner, allergic to tomatoes, specified no tomatoes. Twice the kitchen answered by hiding tomatoes under the fish like a petty magician. Falafel arrives as dry asteroids. Hummus tastes straight from the supermarket fridge, and the 200 tab still comes with packets of Heinz ketchup. Because nothing says Lebanese authenticity like a plastic red pillow. Staff will greet you warmly, then vanish for geological epochs. When they return, they look surprised you are still alive. The owner, rumor says, can appear beside your table faster than the bread, but only if you post a complaint. Need caffeine to forgive the world? Monsoon Roastery will roast your faith instead of beans. The espresso is $7 and the size of a thimble, served beneath a menu scrawled on a distant chalkboard that requires binoculars and a minor in hieroglyphics. The parking lot resembles a post-war chessboard, complete with a man yelling at children while hurling lumber into a dumpster. Ask a polite question on Instagram, and you may discover you have been blocked, not just on the account you used, but on the secret backup you created in 2014 and never touched. The roast is single origin, the customer service is single elimination. When the sun goes down, Theodore's Blues, Booze Barbecue promises smoky blues and slow-cooked comfort. What you get is microwave blues and grief-cooked meat. Brisket, the color of office carpet, arrives desert dry. Pulled pork tastes like it was pulled from a swimming pool, and the mac and cheese could pass for kindergarten paste. One visitor requested medium, the burger teleported from charcoal to coal. The manager shrugged as if fire were a mysterious new invention. Another traveler drove 2 hours, arrived at 5, and was told every table had vanished into a private event that no one bothered to post online. Come back, maybe. Next lunar eclipse. Gift cards. They expire faster than milk. Present an old one, and the manager will offer you $10 from his own pocket, like a noble prince tossing coins to a peasant.
The cocktails are weak enough to baptize a baby, yet the staff will still cut you off after 2, presumably to save you from further culinary disappointment. Cross the river to the Federal, and the white tablecloths raise your hopes just high enough for the guillotine. A Chinese mother on her birthday received Caesar salad buried under so much salt she feared it might be a political statement. Her cod arrived wearing the same salt overcoat, as if the chef were trying to preserve her for future archaeologists. Lobster tails the size of shrimp cost $43 and bring a single spear of asparagus, as witness the polenta beside them could chip windshields. Diners report.
You know, when you think of places around American International College in Springfield, you get this picture of a bustling area full of life and energy, but sometimes that energy, it's not always nice, you know. Like there was this one time, some guys were hanging around the shops near the college, pretending to be collecting donations for a charity. They were so convincing, you'd think they were angels sent from heaven or something. But no, they were just after your credit card details, charging who knows what after you walked away, thinking you did a good deed. I can only imagine what happened next. Maybe some kind soul saw their statement and was like, what the heck is this charge? And then their hearts sank when they realized they'd been had. And those scammers, I bet they just moved on to the next spot looking for the next kind heart to trick. It's like they playing this game and everyone around American International College is just a pawn to them, you know. And then there's this other story from nearby Sebago, which might as well be a cautionary tale for anyone visiting. This lady, she just wanted a new driveway, right? She trusted this contractor with a storefront, handed over nearly $5,000 and poof, he vanished. Just like that. I mean, can you imagine? You're planning to fix up your place and then some stranger just takes your money and runs. It's awful. I am guessing she was left in shock, calling everyone she knew, trying to figure out what to do next. And the contractor, he's probably somewhere laughing, which just makes my blood boil. It's like these scammers, they out there preying on the trusting nature of people. It's not just about the money, it's about the betrayal, the feeling of being stupid for believing in someone. And it happens right here, near American International College, where you'd least expect it. These brick and mortar businesses, they supposed to be safe, right? But sometimes they just a front for something really ugly. I often wonder, how do these people sleep at night? I mean, seriously, what goes through their minds? Do they even care about the chaos they leave behind? Around the college, you've got to keep your guard up.